OpenClaw hit 160,000 GitHub stars, and the open source community immediately forked it, cloned it, and started building 10 replacements. But here's the truth nobody is saying. Most of these alternatives exist not because they're better, but because OpenClaw scared people. The ones actually worth your attention are solving problems OpenClaw deliberately chose to ignore. In the past 6 weeks, NanoClaw, Moltworker, memU, Omega, and Knolli all position themselves as a safer or smarter alternative to OpenClaw. Each targets a different crack in OpenClaw's architecture security, serverless portability, long-term memory, or enterprise compliance. Here's what actually holds up: the most technically credible alternative. Every agent task runs in an isolated Docker container with zero internet access by default. OpenClaw never leaves your host machine untouched. The codebase is under 8,000 auditable lines versus OpenClaw's 430,000. The clawjacked WebSocket vulnerability? Architecturally impossible in NanoClaw because the browser extension layer simply doesn't exist. The trade-off: containerization adds overhead, and execution speed on simple tasks is noticeably slower than OpenClaw's WebSocket runtime. The most radical architecture. Backed by Cloudflare, it runs OpenClaw's orchestration logic entirely inside a serverless edge. Worker spins up in milliseconds, destroyed immediately after each task. No local daemon, no open localhost port, no attack surface between tasks. The hard limit: it cannot access your local file system or run shell commands by design. It's a cloud-native agent, not a local one, a completely different product category. Solving a problem everyone ignores. Agent memory resets to 0 every session. memU wraps a persistent vector memory layer that the agent continuously writes to and reads from across sessions. Ask it to fix a bug, and it already knows your preferred patterns from months of prior history. Technically, it uses a local embedding model with cosine similarity search for retrieval. The weakness: its task execution engine is significantly less capable than OpenClaw's. The ideal architecture is memU's memory bolted onto OpenClaw's runtime, which community forks are already attempting. Targeting enterprise teams that need AI agents but can't ship a tool with no audit trail. Both wrap an OpenClaw-compatible execution layer with SSO, role-based access control, immutable command logs, and human-in-the-loop approval gates for destructive operations. This is the opposite of OpenClaw's radical autonomy. For a solo developer, that friction is maddening. For a DevOps team running agents against production clusters, that friction is the entire product. Most of these alternatives won't survive. Projects built purely on OpenClaw but safer are already being undercut by OpenClaw's own patches. The ones that will survive are solving problems OpenClaw structurally cannot fix without changing its core design. NanoClaw's zero-host containerization, memU's persistent memory, Omega's compliance layer. Everything else is noise. NanoClaw for security, Moltworker for serverless, memU for memory, Omega for enterprise. Each wins in its lane. OpenClaw wins